Howdy folks, and thanks for joining us on this little garage tour of our DIY e-bikes and trikes. I made a video here a little while back showing that orange fat-tired e-bike, and I just thought I'd show some of the others that I've built and put together here. Some of them are factory stock, and then some of them are ones that we've built. This first one up is my dad's. It's a 2020 Catrike 559. It has a Utah Trikes Bafang 1000 watt midrive motor on it, the BBSHD system. It's otherwise completely stock, just exactly the kit that Utah Trikes puts together and sells. If you get on YouTube, there are tons of videos showing how to put this kit on. This was the first trike that we did, and it works really good. We've with the stock gearing, we've gotten upper 40s, like 48, 49 mile an hour out of this thing. It's just crazy. A lot of speed, tons of torque, more power than you could ever need. Works really good. Still running the factory 10 ring or 10 speed derailleur chain ring set up on the back. You go to a stock, a single speed when you go to these. A lot of people will know about them, but that's kind of the setup on this. Otherwise, it's exactly how Utah Trikes shows to put it together. This is a stock TerraTrike Rambler Evo. It has their Bosch, I believe it's a 250 watt system on it. It is 100% box stock. This is my mother's bike, and she really enjoys it. It's a good bike. The only upgrade that I did to this is a shifter that shows as an indicator of what gear you're in. Mom struggles a little bit knowing where exactly she's at in her gears, and that just makes things a little bit simpler. Otherwise than that, this is truly 100% stock. She's added just a couple little things like the rack and the toe peak slide-in bag. This one has it as well. I just don't have the bag sitting here. These bikes are here at my house right now. We're going to get them stored away for winter. This KMX over here is my own personal trike. I bought it on the secondary market, so I'm not actually sure what year it is, but it is a Cobra. It's when they were still spelling Cobra with a C on their decals, so it is apparently an earlier model. I have added the Utah Trikes 1000 watt Bafang setup on it as well. I did opt for the it's a DeRua's aluminum chain ring on the front, stepping down from the 46 tooth chain ring that comes on this down to a 42 tooth, because I'm running an 8-speed cassette back there, and the gearing was just a bit too high, and for normal riding conditions, if you wanted to go like speed run crazy, it was great, but if you wanted to just go on like a leisurely ride, you were never like pedaling at all. You were getting in and out of it all the time, so it ended up going down to that, and that really ended up being about the right gearing. I just kind of was experimenting there. Other upgrades from the standard KMX are these X-Tech. They're a hydraulic caliper on all 3 wheels and some floating discs. That seemed to improve the braking a little bit on this trike. One thing kind of cool about the KMX is it's got both front and rear brakes. And then just other little personal preference things. Pedals that are actually for like a mountain bike with the they're flat pedals with the pegs and everything. It's a 48 volt battery, as is the Catrike. This little holder on the side is just a speaker mount for like a Bluetooth speaker. We just kind of like to have some tunes as we ride a little bit. I've got the KMX bottle cages. There's actually one over here as well with the KMX bottles. I don't have them on there right now. That's just a bottle cage toolbox that's over there right now. This bike didn't have a lot of miles on it, obviously, when I got it, because still rocking the original K-Rads on it, and they show very little to no wear. I did upgrade to the better display on this one. When I bought the kit, the only thing that I missed, I guess, when I ordered it was I was thinking it was the exact same as what was on the Catrike, and it is mechanically, but it didn't have the nice big screen display. It had a smaller version that had the buttons all built in, and I ended up upgrading to this. I'll show you a little bit how all that works. It's really slick. But that's why I'm using the mount that Utah Trikes sells for this. So that's kind of why this is laid out a little bit funny, where the Catrike over there, this is mounted below it, so you can kind of run it with your thumb. But this isn't real bad. It's right here. I mean, you still up and down is still in the right position, but it's just kind of, you just reach over to do it. So just had to kind of figure out something and make it work, I guess. But otherwise than that, these are really slick. I really like them. Again, tons of power, awesome setup. My folks got their trikes a couple years ago, and I just fell in love with triking and ended up building this one, and I've had a lot of fun with it. The fat tired bike, I won't spend much time on that. If you go back in my other videos, this is the first e-bike that I actually built myself, using the Ebikeling wheel motor setup, and then just a generic Amazon battery, and just this was 100% just learning as you go. I did not know anything about e-bikes whenever I put this one together, so I've still got it. I've ridden it quite a bit. I think the odometer for the electric part shows like 200 miles on it, so it's gotten some miles on it. I mean, I don't ride it every day, but it works really good. And then finally this one, this is the e-bike that kind of started it all. I bought this for my wife back in 2020 also. With the COVID stuff, we couldn't do a lot around here, and ended up getting into the biking. This is a Huffy Everett. The only things that I have upgraded on this are better tires. Bought a pair of, I believe they're just Bell brand mountain bike tires that just seem to have a little bit better grip than what it had originally. And this has the same hydraulic brake calipers that are on my trike, and just again seem to improve the braking power a little bit. Oh, and of course the different pedals, just that's more of a personal preference thing. It's really not much of an upgrade necessarily. Little small luggage rack, but otherwise than that, it's stock. Nothing mechanically crazy or anything. I will admit, for the price, that bike has been really, really good. If you're looking at a kind of entry level, not break the bank e-bike, that thing is really good. It's simple. It's a one button operation. You just get on it and ride it, and that's kind of what started the whole e-bike craze for our family. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'd be happy to try to answer any questions on the e-bikes to the best of my ability. I'm no expert, but putting these together has been a really fun project, and I'd be happy to hear from you. So give me a shout. Thanks again for watching.